Hi everyone, this is Mr. Fonger. This is your first practical lesson. We are, it's the first time you use Tinkercad, so let me try to go through every steps that you need to know. I will give you some very basic uh, skill, some technique, and I expect you to apply it and design your own name tag today. Okay, how to start? So first you log into your class. Okay, this is your class, and then you go to getting started. Step to log into Tinkercad, and once you scroll down, you can see there is one link here. You can click on the link and then type in your nickname to join your class. Okay, so after you join your class, you will see Tinkercad. At Tinkercad, you go to Design, click Design, create, create a new 3D design. Okay, create a new 3D design. So this is online. This is an online server. So you got to wait for a while. Okay, first thing is to type in your name again as usual. This is your project called name tag. Okay, name tag project. Um, I will show you a few very simple skill. First, you drag in the cube. This is a cube. This is a box. I call it a box. As usual, you can see five white colored dots. Okay, you can see four at the bottom, one at the top. The top is to control the height. You can type and adjust the height. Okay, adjust to about 3 to 4. You can adjust to 4 mm. This is a millimeter height, and then you can just make it thin, maybe about 3 mm. You can after that you can adjust maybe to the length that you prefer. You put aside first. Okay, you drag in the text. Okay, text is for you to type in your name. So you type in your name. Okay, I prefer you to start with all capital letters, so you don't have to worry about the I or the J, which the extra dot. Or let me show you what I'm trying to say is, if you have a small letter of a J, you can see that you have to worry about this dot, and you need to make sure that you touch both. If not, the dot will be printed out and will not be stick together. Okay, to avoid this problem, we just stick to capital letters. Okay, after you type your name, you have to adjust. Okay, adjust. Need to be long enough to secure your name. Okay. In order to make sure you can secure your name, you need two, one on the top, one at the bottom. Once you select the first one, you press Ctrl D, donkey, then you use the down arrow, mm, like this. So you notice that, okay, the name is a bit higher. As usual, look for the center dot. You can reduce to about 6 to 7. Will be good enough. Okay, then I expect you to put in a ring, a tube here, and then look for the center, drop it to the height, same height as your bar. Your bar is about 4. So since it's 4, here I expect you to use 4 also. Okay. Next thing is I want you to locate it properly. You can join these these three object, two bars with your name by clicking the group. They become one object. Why I need to combine into one, so that I can select again. I can use alignment. I can align, this is center. Okay, I align this circle to the center. Okay, in this case, this is very simple. Okay, then if you want to make it into one single object, you can just combine together. uh, is good enough. Okay, this is good enough. So you can see there is a different, that the height is different, so that I can print this bar in one color and your name in one in different color. This is too simple, but again, for some of you who are just 7 to 8 years old, I think it is good for you. It's a good starting point. But if you already, if you can do this, I expect you to do something more difficult. Okay, um, level 2, which is slightly more difficult. You drag in, this is a cylinder. Okay, then you lower it down to maybe 3 mm or so. Then you adjust the size. But this cylinder, you can see it's not round. In order to make it round, you have to click the side, move the slide to the sides to 64. When you move to 64, you can see it become round. Okay. You can combine objects now. Okay, you can combine multiple circle, donkey again. Okay, then you can adjust different size if you want to, and then you can duplicate again. You can just adjust or make it longer. This is your design. I don't really want to restrict your imagination. So you can create any shape you want, whether it's circle with box, with any shape you can find in here. You adjust, then you combine. It become one object. Now you can do the same thing like what you've done just now. Let me ungroup this one. Okay, ungroup this, ungroup again. Okay, so the FONG, you can see FONG my name. I just press Control D, donkey, Control D. Now I can just make it into a second name tag. Okay, then do you want to use back the same method? Or I can show you another method, which is we can dig a hole into the object. Okay, this is a cylinder, but this cylinder is similar to this. The difference is a hole. That means it's empty. We are telling the computer that this is an empty. What does it mean is when you combine an empty object with a solid object, it cut a hole. That means if I put it here, I lower it down. Now you can see through. Once you combine this object, let's select these two only. Combine. Now you can see we cut a hole. Okay. This is level 2. That means if you can try to do something like this, then once you have completed the first one, you can try the second one. So for those who can complete this, then I will expect you to do something more difficult. Okay, we do something at level 3. Okay, at level 3. Level 3, let me just ungroup this thing again. Ungroup this thing one more time. I duplicate. Okay, now I created until this stage. Okay, let's say you have created this object. I want to create a border. Okay, a border of this shape so it looks better on your name tag. Okay, how to create that? Control D, donkey, to duplicate. Control D, D for donkey. Then I want this is for the background. Okay, for the lowest layer. For this one, I need to cut the border. How to cut the border? Control D one more time. So now we have two copies on the same place. I reduce the size by holding Shift key. Then I try to increase the height. Okay. To make it easier, I change to another color. Okay. Now I select these two. I use alignment. I click this one center again. Center. Hmm. So I think that this is not good enough. So I make it even smaller. You can drag a little bit to the left, drag a little bit to the right to make it look nicer. Okay, okay, this is totally your design. Okay, so if you think this is okay, if you want to move smaller, I mean every move is 0.1, 1/10 of what you moved just now, you just change. Then this is easier to control. Okay, now what I want you to do is this one, increase the height, change to hollow. Okay, use a black dot, lower it down, select both, cut. Okay, now you can increase the height of this object. And then when you put this together, alignment, Hmm. The one on top actually will create a layer. Do you notice that? This is a layer. Okay, let me change to white color or other color. Okay, do you notice that? You got one more border for this object. Okay. This look nicer, right? This look nicer. You can lower it down a bit. Hmm. So when you duplicate your name, you put inside. Okay, and to adjust the size, you can just adjust from the corner. Adjust from the corner. Okay, this looks better. Duplicate this one, Control D. Come here. See? So this is another design, but I hope you can adjust these fonts a bit. No need to be too high. I think like this will be good enough. Slightly higher than the border. Okay, slightly higher than the border. Why? So that I can print one color for the foundation, one more color for the border, and one more color for the fonts. Okay, so I have mentioned before. Okay, how do we submit? How do you submit your work? Okay, let me show you. You select, you combine this object. Okay, let's say you want later after you compare, you found that this one looks better. Then what I want you to do is you click export. This is your name, your file name. Okay, just export selected shape in STL. Then you can go back to Blackboard and choose today's is lesson 2 name tag. Okay, name tag. Uh, View instructions. I don't know whether you can see the button view instructions. From here, you can click submission. Attach your file. Attachment. Attachment. This is a file phone name tag. Just now I exported. Okay, display name doesn't matter. Just click OK. After your file has been loaded, you can see a submit button. I don't know whether I'm blocking it or not. There is a submit button here at the bottom. I think I'm blocking it. Just click the submit and confirm submission. Okay. Once you see this, that means you have submitted with the file size something 225.3 KB on which date. You can close it only. You don't need to download this receipt. It's not necessary. Okay. Once you have downloaded this one, your submission is completed. Has completed. For those who want to try something different, okay, let's come back to here. Okay, some of you may want to do something. Let's say you have a Chinese name. You want to use a Chinese name. You want to have a Korean name. Then what can you do? Okay, so you go to this kind of online. This is you just quite type in. Let me see what type Chinese online. Just look for type Chinese online in Google. Then you can just type in the Hanyu pinyin. FENG, look for my surname. My surname is this one. Okay, then I copy, come to here. Okay, so you paste it in by pressing Ctrl V. Okay, did I got it correct? No, 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 no. Paste as plain text. Okay. When you paste as plain text in a foreign language, you need to select multi-language here. If you select others, they will become a full question marks. They don't recognize. Okay, so you can type in your Chinese name, Korean name, all these, adjust the size. Okay, you put your name here. If you want to do in uh, foreign language. Okay, but one reminder, if you want to use double bar, then I will say you need to be very careful that um, there is no hanging objects. So I strongly recommend is if you use Chinese word or Korean or Japanese word, try to use these kind of objects behind, so there will be no hanging. And if there's a hanging objects, like for example, you just use this surname FONG on the floor on this work plane, uh, Each character will be printed separately that will not link together, so you can't hold them together. Okay, this is for the today's technique. You can use your own idea. So, for example, if I ask you, do you know how to create a flower shape? Yeah, its flower shape is created with different objects. Okay, you can use cylinder to create a flower. Okay, you can create a key shape by combining square box with cylinder. Okay, if you have any question, do ask during the your CCA time. That's all. Okay, thank you.